What some might assume is an acid trip of a child's mind, others see as blissful nostalgia. Grounded in its own style of now iconic art, glittery rainbows, neon cityscapes, majestic oceans, and even outer space were the backdrops for an eclectic menagerie of characters that included Panda Painter, Forrest the Tiger Cub, Hunter the Leopard, Ballerina Bunnies, and of course, Marky the Unicorn. Selling everything from stickers, pencils, pens, and stationery to notebooks, backpacks, binders, and books, everything they made was covered in a dizzying explosion of color and fantastical imagery and was coveted by 80s and 90s kids all over the country. But for all the joy this colorful brand brought, the story behind the rainbow is a lot darker, proving you can't always judge a notebook by its cover. And that's why this week's On Brand is on Lisa Frank.
You're all jazzed up, really having a cow. You want your favorite show and it's on right now. It's on Brand.
Welcome to On Brand with Jon and Marisa.
Hey, I'm Jon.
Hey, I'm Marisa.
Okay.
This is huge.
Here we go.
Buckle up. This is our first episode of School Brands Rock. And boy, we are coming out the gate hot.
This is
Piping hot.
This is one I tried to go through our notes and see. This has been requested or suggested by many people. I'm sure I'm forgetting some of them, but the following 5 people have asked for this episode: Chrissy, Tiffany Quinstein, Gabriel, Megan, and Viv C.
Wow.
They've all said that this is an important brand to them. It means a lot to them. Let's do it. So we're doing it.
You're welcome.
You know what? You're welcome. You're welcome. If you're not watching on YouTube, turn YouTube on right now. You're welcome. So, why Lisa Frank?
Why? Why not?
Why not? I don't have a huge connection to it, but it's a brand that I know. It's something that I wanted to know about. I did not know a lot about it.
It certainly seems up your alley brand-wise, your love of explosions of bright colors. And I feel like it's definitely in your wheelhouse if the age lined up right.
I put in my notes that it is a nice addition to my personal pod portfolio. It goes hand in hand with Trapper Keeper.
Yes.
There was actually Lisa Frank Trapper Keepers back in the day, of course. So yeah, it's like you like to do like foams and medicines and
Ointments.
Ointments. Me, I like to do the funner things, the brighter things. Okay, but before we get in the show, I have to tell you something.
Oh,
so
God.
Some of you know we guested on a podcast recently called Podcast The Ride.
Yes.
In that podcast, I told a story how after we were done, we were all hanging out, you went and got some juice with the boys.
We did like a VR experience. It was a very fun episode. You
Very
should
fun.
listen to it if you haven't. Podcast The Ride. We did
And
a
it's-
Titanic experience that we had been planning for months and months and months. And on the car ride there, I had said, I hope this is not VR. And Jon goes, the whole thing is VR. And somehow in all of our many dozens of emails, I had missed that. And I started panicking like, oh no, I can't do VR. It'll make me sick. It's too scary. It ended up just being us wandering around a Uniqlo for an hour with a radiation mask on.
Yeah.
And pretending to be on the Titanic. It was very fun. And then at the end, we had to like recalibrate to 4D reality.
Yeah.
So we had to go get an acai bowl to just kind of get our bearings again.
Exactly. So while you guys were eating, I don't really want a bowl or a smoothie. I don't need it. I wasn't in the mood for it. So I ducked across the hall because it was a jewelry store to find out my ring size. Because I do this about once a year. I get my ring size. I forget to write it down. I can't remember if I'm a 10 and a half, an 11 or 11 and a half. I don't remember now, but I did write it down. It's in my notes. I have a note.
Do you know what blood type you are also? Because I don't know mine.
I also have that in my notes because I finally like made my. I thought that was like something the doctor could just be like, oh, you're this, but like she had to do like I don't know. She had to
They
figure it
should
out.
tell you like every doctor's appointment.
It should be a little tattoo on your little toe.
Yes, because I cannot for the life of me remember. And I'm like, why is this hard to remember? It's like one of 4 things. And for some reason, I don't even have it. I'm like, maybe am I O? Am I AB?
I hope I'm not B positive because that's too much pressure. That was a play on words.
It should be a tattoo. You're right.
So I confess to you guys that I had gotten my.
Ooh, you have a little tattoo with your ring size, your blood type.
Each toe has a measurement. Every time you lose weight, you have to go get it changed.
That would be really helpful.
Or get a new toe. I don't know. We're working out
Whatever's
sharks.
easiest.
We're working out the details. So I told you guys I got my ring size, and you wanted to know why. And I told you.
Great question.
I'm not
You had a brief foray into jewelry about maybe 12 years ago where you showed up to game night.
2014, I'd show up every week and I'd be like, guess what? I wear bracelets now, and I'd have a new bracelet on.
You had a necklace with a little lion pendant on it.
I love that lion.
Yeah.
I did go through a jewelry phase, but I have really been wanting, this is another phase I go through mentally every few years. I want to wear a vintage class ring, a man's class ring. I have a class ring, but it's in Ohio, and I didn't love the design of mine. I made it like when I was a vampire, so I have like a black stone, and I put like the Virgo symbol on the stone, and I just didn't love all my choices.
I see.
I want like a classic one that's like either like a big sparkly, like clear, it looks like a diamond almost, or blue.
Like a championship ring for the Super Bowl.
Yes and no, not quite that elaborate.
Okay.
But yes, like something like with a little bit of bling. So one of our brand freaks hears this. He listens to the episode. He hears it. He reaches out. He's like, listen, I have a class ring that I was just going to throw away.
Because also, this is what else is funny. It doesn't have to be personalized to you at all. It
No.
doesn't have to be your year. It doesn't have to be your birthstone. It doesn't have to be anything to do with you, which I think is interesting since you are so into like personalization. Like your charm bracelet is so closely connected to your individual interests. Any old class ring.
But I see it kind of like wearing like a vintage shirt. Like you wear like an old, like people wear like old, like
oh, I'm not
school
from
shirts.
that town.
Yeah, like
okay, interesting.
It's to me, it's like that. It's like I would find it in like a thrift store, and it's just like cool. It's like kitsch. And he was like, I'm just going to throw mine away. He's like, it's not vintage though. And I was like, he's like, it's from 95. And I'm like, girl 95
I hate
is
to break it to you.
30 years ago. Like
deep
that
vintage.
hadn't dawned on him. So this week, I get a package in the mail. I did not know what I was like. I don't remember ordering anything. I looked at it.
Did you pretend it was from your boyfriend abroad?
We'll get to we'll get to it. I see that it's from Jeff. I set it aside. When I get packages, I need to be in the right mindset to open it.
Your relationship with mail is unhinged. Like, unlike anything I've ever heard.
My relationship with everything.
I know, but I don't know anybody who has this with mail.
I have to like be with like something that I know is gonna be like a gift or something. I can't just open.
I could be on my way out the door to do 100 errands, and if I see there's a package that I ordered, I rip into it like a coyote, keys in hand, on my way out the door. I leave the package on the steps. I'm applying the new lip gloss on my walk to the car. It's like I need to get into this fast.
For me to do it, I have to have like someone clean my house. I have to go get like pickup from Cheesecake Factory.
You have to be a whole different person.
I need to have like like music on. It's like a whole thing.
You need to be like worthy of the package.
Yeah. So I didn't open it right away. And then the next day I had such a shitty day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I won't go into it. No, it's not even like who cares?
I know, but those are the worst kind of days because then you feel bad that you feel so bad about your shitty day.
I know. Mine was all Spectrum related. I'll rant about it another time.
God,
all I'll say was I was on the phone with Spectrum for 3.5 hours, and I'm not even kidding.
My mom just had a Spectrum disaster where they had to go to the Spectrum store and then were basically like turned away and hoodwinked and hijacked and like it's a scam.
They're insane.
It's a scam company.
I'm gonna rant on them so hard at some point. They're like, I'll rant on them another time because this is already kind of a long show. So anyway, so that day ends and I'm sitting there. I'm like, I got that package from Jeff. Oh. So I go and get the package. I open it up. I see the ring. It literally makes me so happy.
Oh my gosh.
It came in this beautiful little box.
Oh, are you engaged?
I took it. Look at this ring.
Oh my.
Look at this ring.
Is it gold?
You have to go on YouTube. I know you can't see it. It's gold. It has his name in it. It's got a big clear I mean, it's probably not real gold, but a clear stone. It says Jeff on one side, 1995 on the other. I literally was like, oh, because I didn't know like what size it was and he didn't know.
Yeah.
And I like went to put it on.
Oh.
It is my exact ring size. I mean, I felt like a combination of Cinderella and Gollum. I was like, The slipper fits and like, my precious. I wore this ring around for the next like 24 hours. I would go shopping and I literally felt like
just catch
I felt like a bride in like a Hallmark movie. I'm like, oh no.
The sun hits it just so, and it's glinting and gleaming in the sun rays.
Oh, this is my fiance. He went to Staten Island Tech. He'll be here for the holidays. He's finishing up his degree.
Hang on, I'm getting a call. I think that's Jeff.
That's probably Jeff. So
Jeff is the perfect name for your fake fiance.
It really is. Jon and Jeff. Or Jon and Jeff, have they figured out what they're doing for Halloween? They always do the most amazing couple costume. We're going as Dippin' Dots in a spoon this year. But anyway, so I had to write him right away. I was like, Jeff, I've had such a shitty day.
Oh my
I was like, I'm embarrassed. This brings me so much joy right now.
Glad.
Like, it's so silly.
Yes, I get
but
it.
I love it. So thank you, Jeff. You are now... I mean, I think we need to have Freaks of the Week and like Freak Gift of the Week now.
Oh, that's fun. You really want to put out the full siren song for people to send you stuff.
Yeah, now that I've gotten like a trip to Disneyland, I've got some other stuff coming in the mail.
You're getting wined and dined. What's next? Uh-oh.
This podcast is what?
It's 69.
Oh, Jeff, I'll fly you out here. I love that I have no idea what any of our brand freaks look like, but I have a kind of an image of them all. They're just all hot.
They're all hot,
They're
for
all
sure.
hot.
Of course.
So there you go. So that's my joy for the week. Oh, and I forgot. He sent these stickers. He's like, he designed this one. It's got like a smug little coffee cup on it. It says coffee pervert. Super cute. We love that. And then he's like, the other two just felt like you. One of them just says hot goblin summer in like cool like 80s font.
That's fine.
And then this one literally made me laugh out loud. It's a sad little cat that says, I am at my limit.
Does he has a sticker company?
I don't know.
Shout out his sticker company?
I didn't
Jeff,
ask.
tell us what your sticker company is so that we can give you a proper plug.
Yes, but Jeff.
Our first ad is for jeffstickers.com.
Stickers.
No, that's not the real URL. Don't go to it.
jeffstickers.com. That is it. That is canon. Funny enough, stickers, hello, let's get into the show because stickers, Lisa
Huge.
Frank is all about the stick.
All about stickers.
All about the sticker. So do you have any connection with this brand? It seems of your
yes,
time.
I was born in 1986. I have a very strong connection to Lisa Frank. We didn't have like a very I didn't grow up in like affluent family, but my mom for like back to school shopping, it was like dollar bills are flying. There was like no limit to what I needed for school. So like the backpacks, the folders, the pens, the erasers, the pencil cases.
Eraser Mate pens. I don't know what brand you're doing, but man, Eraser
An
Mate
erasable
pens.
pen when that came on the
God, I
scene.
know we've talked about that before. I have since learned that they put a little bit of rubber cement in it.
Wait, is that the trick?
That's why it's able to
Wow,
erase.
that's really cool. I would be up all night with the anticipation of using an erasable pen. And my daughter is also a pen and notebook kid, so I feel really, really proud that I've passed on my love of pen and notebooks.
I feel like kids love stationery. My niece,
stationery.
I think both my nieces love stationery. They love pens, a big collection of markers,
Yes.
anything to write with.
Yeah.
Probably because they just want to express themselves.
Sure.
They
I
just need
think
to get it
I like
out.
to think children are the first journalists.
Yes, absolutely. I think Dan
And
Rather would agree.
the only journalism that I follow is you have to be under 10. Anybody over 10, I'm not interested. You've been brainwashed.
Or Oprah, because you love Oprah. Yeah, so that makes sense. This seems like, did you have like clothes? Did you have...
I don't know if it extended into clothes, but definitely, the puppies, the dolphins, the unicorns, all of that stuff.
All of that.
But yeah, a rainbow explosion.
Rainbow
For
explosion.
sure.
And I'm just going to warn you, I literally just do this now. Like I just twiddle my ring and think about my fiance, Jeff.
Wow.
I'm like, I hope he's okay. I
I'm
wonder what
really
he's having
happy.
for lunch
You're
today.
like an Anne Hathaway character.
I am. Oh my God. Can we just say I've seen so much of The Devil Wears Prada 2 now. I feel like I know what the whole movie's about.
She looks great.
She looks great. All right. So then the opening questions would be, what is Lisa Frank?
What is?
And who is Lisa Frank?
Great.
That's what I'm going to answer
I know
first.
nothing about her.
Oh, you don't?
Nothing. Not a drop.
Well, I'm going to give a little shout out to, there's a 4-part documentary on Amazon called Glitter and Greed, the
Wow.
Lisa Frank story. And I did watch that.
Amazing.
So I definitely pulled a lot of information out of that. They interviewed a lot of employees. They interviewed James, who we'll get into later.
Wow.
You're like, who's James? I thought it was Lisa. Well, it's also James. But we'll get into all of that. So what is Lisa Frank? It's a 1980s, 1990s brand. It was focused on young girls or anyone that just kind of wanted to be fabulous. I'm sure the gays loved it.
I'm sure.
There's probably like 3 straight boys that loved it in secret. Everyone kind of loved it. But
When the kid came out at 16 to his parents, they were like, honey, we knew. Lisa Frank.
He has a Lisa Frank sleeve of tattoos. That is definitely, of any brand that would require a sleeve, it would be Lisa Frank because it's so dense. But yeah, it was definitely a girly girl brand. I kind of compared it to like, it's so visually obvious what it is when you see it. It's almost like a Jackson Pollock. When you see a Jackson Pollock, the splatter paintings, you know that's a Jackson Pollock. When you see a Lisa Frank, you know it's a Lisa Frank.
And I'm sure endlessly imitated. But who was the first? Lisa Frank was the first. Now I'm sure there's all these kind of knockoffs that are doing the same kind of psychedelic designs. But at the time, when you're used to the boring school supplies and then your eye hits that on the shelf.
Girl, we get to boring school supplies on like page
wait.
3.
Amazing.
We'll get to it.
Let's dig in.
We'll get to it. So yeah, I mean, that's what it is. It's like, I said it on the intro. It's mostly known for school supplies and just being overly explosive in color. Now, who is Lisa Frank? That's the big question a lot of us don't know. I think a lot of people, including myself, pictured Lisa Frank as like maybe like had pigtails in some brightly lit like artist room, painting little kittens with tiaras.
A grown-up Punky Brewster.
Oh my God, that is the perfect description.
Socks different colors.
Half of our listeners like, who's Punk? They're like Googling who they don't get reception because they're pulled over on the 710
and then
freeway.
Steve MD is like, I was too old for Punky Brewster.
Steve VMD is definitely going to be like, I had heard of, my kids liked Punky Brewster. No, but I loved Punky Brewster. She was a sassy little kid with pigtails and wore 2 different shoes, which I thought was so crazy. She's also a recluse, which there's about 3 photos of her that exist on the internet. When she does an interview, which is almost never, she requests it not be filmed or she's blurred out. Like she doesn't want to be seen.
She on Facebook?
She does have a very heavy TikTok account and Instagram. No. In one interview, she compared herself to she's like, I kind of get why Michael Jackson did work the way he did, not wanting to be in the public eye. And the interviewer, not in front of her, was just like, so she's comparing herself. She is no Michael Jackson.
Also, I'm thinking Michael Jackson was pretty in the public eye, honey.
Yeah. But he covered his kids' faces and he wore masks and stuff. She doesn't want to be hounded.
But it's not like nobody knows what Michael Jackson looks like.
Yeah, and it's like nobody knows what you look like, period. You can safely go to the Dollar Tree.
Yes, I think you'll be fine.
You're not going to be hounded.
Uh-huh.
All right.
You can dangle your baby over a balcony and no one will even snap a picture.
You could probably wear an I Am Lisa Frank shirt. and I'm also, I feel like I did not plan on this. I feel like I keep pausing before I say Lisa Frank because I told someone the brand I was doing and they're like, that's a brand? And I was like,
are you kidding?
Are you kidding me? They thought I was talking about Anne Frank. They thought, I can't remember who it was now. I wish I could remember because I wanted to make fun of them. But I was like, that's why this week's On Brand is on Anne Frank?
That's episode 950.
Yeah.
Where we go, we visit the attic. Yeah.
That's when we have turned into a television series on TLC.
Yes.
Yeah.
TLC. We're really slumming it.
Oh, yeah. That's my foot is killing me. No, we're on BBC America.
Better.
All right. So Lisa Frank, born in 1955, that would make her 70 years old this year. She grows up in a wealthy family in a very affluent city in Michigan called Bloomfield Hills. It's about an hour away from Zingerman's, I looked up. World's greatest sandwich in the world.
It's always good to know how far you are from a Zingerman's.
I like to know 2 things. What am I in relation to the Titanic and how quickly can I get a Zingerman sandwich? Her father made his money in the automotive industry, of course, because they're by Detroit. Mm-hmm. He was a collector of art, and that's how she started to learn about art.
Wow.
They put her in art classes from the age of 5 on. Her mom had a kiln in the basement, so they would make pottery.
They're an artsy-fartsy family.
Artsy-fartsy family. They had a loom. She would weave. She plowed through coloring books, apparently.
Oh, wow.
Throw this kid a coloring book, she'd be done with it in 10 minutes.
Amazing.
Loved it. So she describes herself as a girly girl. She liked girly things. Mm-hmm. And I know... Whatever. We live in a complicated time.
Anybody can be anything.
It can be anything. We all know.
But at that time, there was a narrow lens in which you viewed.
At that time, that means pink and ponies and all of it.
Sparkles and bows.
Sparkles and bows.
Pink and purple.
Yeah.
Yes. Though you should have seen the Crocs that my son got at the Croc store yesterday.
You went to the Croc store yesterday?
I went to the Croc store yesterday.
There's a Croc store?
Yeah.
In Glendale?
Yes. Purple glitter with butterflies on the back.
Let's just say I have a feeling your son would like Lisa Frank.
You probably would.
So she goes to school. In her senior art project, she sells one of her projects for $3,000.
Oh my God.
Which today is $23,000.
Who on earth?
You know, I looked into it. It seemed like because they were rich and they worked in the car industry, I have a feeling just a bunch of rich car people came to the show and probably bought her art.
I see.
Daddy's friend.
That's like when Daddy brings the wrapping paper order form from the school fundraiser to the office, and it's
Can we talk about, I don't have time. The show's too long, but God, what a weird thing to like force on people.
I know.
Like one of the easiest, I have 24 rolls of it in the storage unit because I got it for 8 cents.
You should start selling it door to door.
I should just drag that box around.
Yeah.
So she graduates prep school in 1972.
Oh, she's a fancy pants.
She's a fancy pants.
Interesting.
And then she moves to Tucson, Arizona, where she goes to the University of Arizona.
Tucson, more like too hot.
I had to go there for a wedding, and I did not like Tucson. Where the wedding was amazing and beautiful, and the person that got married listens to the pod, and I'm not just saying that, Marita, because you're listening, but it was beautiful where she was. I just remember the ride from the airport to get to that. It felt very
the ride from an airport to anything is like, you're like, what the hell is this place?
What the hell is this place?
And then you get out a ways a little bit. You're like, oh, this is nice. Airports, it's rough.
Fun fact, when I moved to California, I drove, and I had driven from Austin to Tucson in one day. That was like a 16-hour day.
Oh my God.
I was so tired, and I got to Tucson, and I like pulled into this like motel, and I swear I saw a drug deal going on, and I was
sure you did.
vanilla. I was like, oh my God, drugs.
This is like Billy Joel song. Just watched the Billy Joel documentary.
No, don't.
Pulling up to a motel in Tucson.
Come on.
Watching a drug deal going down.
Is that okay?
It's really good.
Anyway, I got so scared. I was like, I am not staying in this town. Got like back on the freeway and drove to Phoenix, like another like 2 or 3 hours.
Because you were scared?
Because I was scared.
Aww.
I was a scared little boy.
Aww.
So she goes to Tucson. While she's in Tucson, she starts buying art and dolls from like local Native American communities.
Oh, cool.
She would take those back to Michigan and sell them for a profit.
Oh my God.
So then she would like go back and forth, and she would tell them like, this doll is selling really well. Make more of those dolls. She became like a little like go-between, like art dealer between the Native Americans and the rich people of Detroit.
Wow.
When she was 20 years old, she starts her own jewelry company. She calls it Sticky Fingers. We don't know why. Some people think it's because
the only jewelry meant to steal.
The only jewelry you can't get off your neck.
Interesting. Okay, that's fun.
A lot of people think it's just because she used like hot glue.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's like cheap little plastic jewelry. It was very kitschy. Like she would make like slices of pie or like little animals. Like it sounded like it would be like urban outfittery kind of jewelry.
Kind of bobbly.
Bobbly, little kind of like maybe like charms, like you would
maybe.
put plastic charms on a charm bracelet. She was able to sell them at like local Bloomingdale's and Neiman Marcus. And
this bitch is well connected. It's like she just like starts her own jewelry line, and it's like in Bloomingdale's.
She's 20.
This is the opposite of the guy with the barrel of fish walking around.
Well, yeah, it absolutely is. But I also think when I hear that she sold it at Bloomingdale's, I'm assuming she sold it at Tucson Bloomingdale's.
Sure.
I don't think it was like, we're going to put this in all 300 Bloomingdale stores.
Yes, but
I could be wrong.
Very well connected.
Lisa, if I'm wrong, reach out. But I'm assuming you mean the local Bloomingdale's and Neiman Marcus. By the late 1970s, because of like her wheeling and dealing with the Native Americans and getting into stores and knowing like the jewelry that people want, she really starts to have confidence that she can pick up on trends and know what people want.
Wow.
So what do little girls want in the late 1970s, early 1980s?
What?
Stickers.
Oh, yes.
Stickers.
It's funny to think that stickers haven't always been around.
Okay, I have a note here. I literally have a note. Explain the sticker craze to the people that don't know it.
Yeah.
So this is my generation. Like I collected stickers.
Yeah,
like
sure. I still have my childhood sticker books are in my mom's garage.
people sell those sticker books for like a couple $100.
I mean,
it's like,
take them.
oh, I'll have it. Pull it out. I'll take it. So yeah, back in the 80s, it was like, remember children, there was no internet. There was no There was TV, but not in the summer.
It wasn't the TV you wanted. There was only like an hour of TV you liked, and the rest of the TV sucked.
Unless you were me, who liked adult television. Like, that's why I got into Days of Our Lives and Knots Landing.
I would try to push through, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
So we collected stickers, and stickers were kind of everywhere. Like, you would get stickers from your teacher. You would go shopping for stickers. You would get stickers in, like, trading cards. Like, they were just around everywhere. You would buy a sticker book. You would stick your stickers in the sticker book. There was apparently, I read a whole article from the time on stickers, the hot sticker craze, and they were talking about how stickers had invented this whole new language, which I wasn't aware of, but some of the terms that rose during this time, one is die cut, which I hear all the time. Like, when you buy records, they'll be like, it has a die cut sleeve. I didn't know what that meant.
I don't know what that means
All
either.
that means is it's cut in the shape of the thing it is. So if you get like an ice cream cone sticker, it's shaped like an ice cream cone.
Oh, okay.
And then some of the terms were, you had felts, you had foils, you had fuzzies, puffies, shinies, glitteries, glowies, googlies, liquids that change color, and my favorite of all of them, scratch and sniffs.
Yes.
I collected the Smurf scratch and sniffs. You had strawberry, you had root beer, you had dill pickle, you would have skunk, and that would mess up your book because all of a sudden
everything's
everything like from page 4 to 10 smells like skunk.
I loved the little root beer scratch and sniff snicker.
Root beer was great. And yeah, it would be like they had the cutest drawings. It would be like a mug of frothy root beer.
Also,
smiling.
I feel like stickers used to be in the farmer's market, which is like a big outdoor market in the Grove, which is a big outdoor mall in LA. There's a old-fashioned sticker store where they have the rolls of stickers because they used to come on rolls and you would get like tear off like a little bit. And it was expensive. Now I feel like it's like we realize, stickers are just like labels and labels are cheap. Like, stickers are now so cheap. They're so everywhere that I feel like they've gotten devalued by culture.
It's funny you say that because years and years ago, someone in my family wanted me to pick up stickers in LA to bring home for their kid for Christmas.
Yeah.
And I went to that sticker store at the Grove.
The best sticker store.
The best sticker store. Yes. And I get a few things. And it was like $15, which at the time was kind of expensive. And I take them to her. She's like, how much are you? And I was like, that was $15. And like, I could tell she was like, what?
Yes.
What? Who approved this budget?
Because now you can get a pack of like 1,000 stickers for like, $5.99.
Well,
it's different. It's a different time.
And I'll get to a stat here in a minute about how many stickers they sold. But like, I was looking at Lisa Frank's stickers online yesterday, and some of them come in a pack of 1,600. I was like, well, no wonder they sold a lot. Like, you spend $2 and you get 1,600 stickers.
True.
So yeah, it's different than it was back then.
Wow.
So she ended up being able to get the rights to Betty Boop, Popeye, and Mighty Mouse, a few cartoon characters. So she's putting
more of Daddy's friends.
Listen, she could have done some of this on her own. So she's putting those on stickers along with like her own designs. She's putting Betty Boop on a unicorn or whatever she's thinking of.
Fun.
Kids love them.
God, I love Betty Boop. That tramp. How did that tramp have such a chokehold on a 10-year-olds in 1995?
I've never liked Betty Boop.
Really?
I don't like Betty Boop. I don't like the whole, she is not this.
Pin-up culture.
Yes. I don't like the Betty, is it Betty Page?
Yeah.
I'm not drawn to that style.
Interesting.
For some reason.
Yeah.
I don't like Minnie Mouse.
Leave. You walk out that damn door and you never come back.
It's Mickey with a bow and heels. It's Mickey and drag. It is the exact same character.
Now that you mention it, I've never seen Mickey and Minnie in the same place at the same time.
It's the same as Miss Pac-Man. You give him a bow and you're like, it's now his wife. It is not. It's just him.
They really didn't put in a lot of effort into Minnie's personality. And then you watch, like, if you have kids, you'll watch like a Mickey's Clubhouse, and Minnie is a prominent figure in Mickey's Clubhouse, as is Daisy Duck, which it's like they kind of now the writers imbued them with some personality. Daisy is kind of like a obnoxious needy girlfriend.
I kind of like Daisy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm more into the duck than the mouse.
Yeah, Minnie's just like a nothing.
Minnie's a nothing.
I know. We need to get
I have
more.
Thoughts on Mickey too, but this show we got to keep plowing through.
That's true. This is a lot.
So the stickers do really well. And in 1979, at the age of 25, she gets a $1 million order.
Oh my God.
From Spencer Gifts.
You're kidding.
My jaw had to be picked up from the floor. I was like, my worlds are colliding.
Unbelievable.
Who knew?
Angels are carrying this podcast.
Cue heaven. She changes the name of the company from Sticky Fingers to Lisa Frank Inc., and she's off and running. And I just had a note in here, like stickers are like a thing, kind of like greeting cards, maybe a little less so. Like definitely as a child, you didn't really think about how stickers were made. Like
No.
stickers just exist. But there's an artist behind every sticker. There is a writer behind every greeting card.
Yes.
And what I think is like, for something like stickers, and I'm just assuming this, but I feel like I'm assuming it correctly. When the sticker craze hit, I am sure that there are companies that like hired 2 fresh out of college artists.
I'm sure.
And they had like quota of designing 50 stickers a day.
Absolutely.
100 stickers a day.
I need a banana. I need a mug of root beer. I need a bunch of grapes. Yes. On and on.
I need a saggy old witch. That's for Halloween. We're already on Halloween. They were just pumping them out.
Saggy old witch, my AOL username.
Saggy old witch 6969. But Lisa kind of approached it a little more thoughtfully. She thought of her company, of course she did, more as an art company than a sticker company.
Interesting.
So she had 4 artists working with her, and it was kind of like how I always hear comic books. Each one had their own role. Like someone did the drawing, someone did the inking, someone did the coloring, and someone did the airbrushing. And they were actually doing these like with acrylic paints and airbrushing. And airbrushing is really what gave them kind of like their soft edges and their whole kind of like iconic look.
Yeah, it's all very dreamy. It's all very like Vaseline lens of a soap opera. But yeah, it definitely makes it feel like you're a fever dream.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if you have any, it started to make me think about airbrushing. Like I only ever associated airbrushing with like spring break. Like
T-shirts at the carnival?
Yeah. Or not, I pictured it like at the beach. Like if you're in a tourist town back in the day, they would make it for you in front of you. Like you would get like a Hilton Head Island airbrush T-shirt to take home.
I want one.
Does that still happen?
I don't know, but I want one.
There's so many things I've been thinking about lately that I don't know if they still happen, and I keep meaning to bring them up. Now's not the time.
But now I feel like that would be the perfect time to bring stuff like that back, because now you're vacationing with your kids and you pass by, and now there's not like 20 airbrushing booths on the beach. It's now you're the one airbrushing booth.
Yeah.
If everyone remembers getting an airbrush tank top, you would cut the bottom into fringe of your t-shirt and put little beads on it.
Oh, I was not one to...
You don't edit t-shirts?
I didn't edit my t-shirts.
Why not?
I was just happy if they fit. I usually had to stretch them over my knees to get them to like work. So the art that they did for the stickers, they would do it on like large canvases or boards. They were like 14 by 22.
I mean, where are those?
They're in the Lisa Frank archive.
They should be in the Smithsonian.
Well, I don't know. We'll see how you feel about this by the end of the show. But yeah, they were these large pieces of art. They would cost between like $1,000 and $5,000 for each design because it took so much work and people, and I
could see that getting a strong millennial turnout at a Lisa Frank art show.
Oh, yeah. Same as like a Bob Ross. They should do like a collab. Sorry, Angela.
Yes.
Put those two together. But she kind of wanted to be seen as like the Rolls Royce of stickers for kids. She really believed that kids were smart enough and could tell a difference between a good sticker and a great sticker.
And we could.
Yeah.
We could.
Yeah. When your teacher gave you like the cheap stickies, no thanks.
No thanks.
So she puts all this effort into it. Is it worth it? Is it worth paying all these people, spending all this time? In 1983, they sold between 30 and 50 million stickers.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, I think you could say that.
To imagine walking into a Spencer's, you have the lava lamps, you have the dildos, you have Lisa Frank.
You have a broken breast mug on the ground. Nobody's cleaning it up. You cut yourself and sue them for all their work. I know. Picturing the Lisa Frank stickers in there is so funny.
I made your dad a bottom.
She designed that sticker. That's from an original Lisa Frank.
I feel like if she had seen that in the store, she would have pivoted to a different retail outlet, maybe a Hallmark.
Yeah, maybe a Hallmark. She does seem like she would be more Hallmark than Spencer's.
Yeah, Spencer's was not I made your dad a bottom back then.
No, definitely not. All right, so now I teased it earlier, James Green. We cannot talk about Lisa Frank without talking about James Green.
James Green, who the hell are you? And what are you doing here?
He had kind of a similar childhood to hers. He grows up in the 70s in Detroit.
Fancy pants boy? Fancy pants boy?
Well, he was quite handsome.
Oh, okay. Now
Dare I say, hot.
James.
Hot guy. Not now. If you look him up now, no. Old people aren't hot. Sorry if you're old. No, old people can be hot, of course.
You're afraid that the old magazine is going to like create a cover story about you being oldest.
Local podcaster hates you all.
Thinks you're not hot. Boycott the show.
James goes to school for airbrushing and becomes an airbrush expert. What a world where you go to school. I'm going to specialize in airbrushing.
Mom, I picked my major, airbrushing.
You're going to be a doctor? Well, close.
You know those little tents at the beach with like all the tank tops hanging on hangers and the guys with little guns? I'm going to do that.
I'm going to need you to buy me a tent.
And I'm going to need $40,000 a year for college. Thank you.
1982, James gets a call from Lisa from Tucson. And she's like, look, I've heard about you. I know you're the best. I want you to come work for my company. I need a great airbrush artist.
And at this point, he knows what Lisa Frank is. It's
Actually, I don't know that he did. I mean, probably he did.
I mean, I guess unless you're not if you're not in kid world, you might not know.
Yeah, he probably not.
He buys his dildos somewhere else.
Definitely.
He's not in a Spencer's.
So he packs up his car, drives to Arizona, goes to meet Lisa, and she's like, "Oh my God, I forgot. I actually am I'm hiring someone else." And he's like, "What are you talking about? I just drove here from
Excuse me?"
He's like, "Excuse me." Pushes over a stack of stickers.
How dare she?
She's like, okay, fair. Hashtag fair. You just drove here. Why don't we do this? I'm going to have you and this other guy.
I wish I was the person who pushed over the stack of paper, but I probably would have been like, oh, okay, yeah, totally get it. Sorry, I shouldn't have even come. You're right. Yeah, why did I even think that I had the job? Okay, bye.
Do you validate? Actually, never mind. I have some.
I'll pay. I'll
pay.
Get in the car to drive.
I know. I don't know. I mean, I feel like at some points in our life we're like that, and other times we push over the stickers.
My goal is to be more pushing over the stickers.
And I just made the pushing the stickers up, so that didn't really happen. But
canon.
anyway, so she's like, you know what? Why don't you and this guy let's make this fun.
Oh,
let's make this interesting. Let's have a competition.
She sticks a single bullet in a shotgun in one of those.
In a rainbow painted shotgun.
Shotgun. That's not a shot. What are those? Anyway, we don't know guns.
I don't know. I don't even know what the joke was. I thought you were playing Russian roulette.
Let's make this fun, and then she's gonna play Russian roulette.
But with a real gun.
Yeah.
A pistol?
Yeah, she's crazy.
This is dark. This is not what my show's about. It's about unicorns.
She's
sounds
like, a little nuts.
Let's make this interesting.
Okay.
I'm going to have both of you design a Lisa Frank logo. And whoever's I like the most gets the job.
I hate this.
Why? I like this.
This would stress me out so much.
That's why you're not a professional airbrusher.
I am not cut out for it. I can do everything else. My airbrushing is top notch, but it's just too stressful.
The competition is where I have to put down the brush.
Exactly.
And
the nozzle?
Turn off the air. So obviously they compete. He wins. She loves it. It's apparently the same logo we're familiar with today, or at least like the seeds of that. There's two logos out there.
That other poor guy was like, Mom, Dad, I got a job. And then he's like, shows up for work and she's like, actually, we're going to make this fun.
Poor guy. There's always the second one in line.
I know. Where's his story?
Did you know, did I ever tell you, I don't want to go off, but just very quickly, I always had an idea that I thought it'd be so fun to do a sitcom with everyone that was second in line to be a famous main character.
Oh, that's fine. Like who almost got the job.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Like the whole cast of Friends, but like the number twos.
That's great.
You could call it the number twos.
The number twos.
Then people are going to think it's about Pooh. We'll work on it. Then people are going to think it's about Pooh Bear. There's a lot. We'll talk to the Sharks this weekend. All right, so he gets the job. I mentioned he's very handsome, and him and Lisa start working together.
I know where this is going.
Well, wait till page 5. He starts to kind of take on a lot more than what he's hired for. He's making all the art for any promotional materials they need. Anything that needs to happen, he starts doing it.
She's like, I'm going to need you to stay late tonight.
We're not quite there yet. We're going to get there. So he rises the ranks pretty quickly and becomes kind of her right-hand man.
I bet.
Okay.
I bet he was.
They have, even though they work together, they have different aesthetics. She's definitely more of the like fantastical world. He's more of the practical world.
Oh.
An
He's
example,
like, I'm going to make a toaster.
kind of,
Blender.
kind of.
A desk.
An example that I read was like they were talking about Elephant John, which is their spoof on Elton John.
Oh, cute.
He's a big piano playing, singing elephant.
Fun.
And he's like at the piano and he's wearing glasses and there's like a reflection of fireworks in the glasses. And behind him, there's like a cityscape. Well, she says, put the fireworks in the glasses. And he's like, well, let's have the background be practical. We'll have it be like a city.
Yeah.
Instead of like moons and whatever.
Uh-huh.
So like it was that kind of yin
Interesting,
yang.
yeah.
But his stuff was still good. The two things go well together.
She needed someone to ground her a little bit.
I bet she did.
bet she did.
We'll get
We'll
there.
get there.
All right. So then from the documentary I watched and the articles I read, there's a bunch of stories from employees. And they talk about when this company first happened.
Yes.
And people first started working there. It's great. It's fun.
Oh, it always
the
is.
office is an explosion of color.
They got a ping pong table.
Of course. They have like a nap room. They have all those things that like modern places now
Was
have.
she hot? We don't know.
She's not hot. She's kind of, you know what she reminds me of? The little imagery I've seen of her? The mom from Bob's Burgers.
Oh, okay.
She's very thin.
Okay.
She has like thick, kind of big hair.
As like a young woman you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as an older
Interesting.
woman. Kind of some people described her voice as being kind of weird. I was picturing it like Marge Simpson. I have heard her speak. It didn't seem that weird to me. But you can look her up and see. But yeah, she's not like hot or anything.
Okay.
And there is footage of her. We'll get there. And they would talk about Lisa. She would come around and she would ask people for different things. She'd be like, you know what? Let's focus on koalas today. Or
Oh.
give me a giraffe sliding down a rainbow.
What a
or
whimsical place to work.
whatever yeah, exactly. It was just fun and whimsical.
Honey, are you going to be home for dinner? I've been keeping the meatloaf warm. I got put on koalas. So it's actually going to be a long night.
I'm knee deep in koalas.
I really can't crack the code on this koala's paw.
You know they eat sugar cane, right? Oh my God. Gotta go.
Gotta go.
So as one of the artists said, like they were working on an animal holding an umbrella and Lisa walks by. She's like, you know what? Let's think outside of the box on that umbrella. She's like, okay. Lisa leaves. She makes the umbrella look like it's made out of watermelon. It's red with seeds on it. Lisa comes back, freaks out. She loves it. It was just things like that. Like
Yeah.
if you could make her happy,
Oh.
you felt so good.
Yes.
And if she liked what you did, she'd put a little red smiley face on it. That's her trademark. I've seen it in many other places. It's like kind of like a
gosh.
school teacher thing.
Yes.
My teacher would do like the circle, but go and make a little curly cue of hair
Yes.
out of it. And
Oh.
then it's kind of like that.
Oh my God. Yes.
If
I
you got her
remember that.
autograph, she would
Do they teach that in teacher school to make that smiley face? Because I feel like I had that same smiley face.
I'm sure some teacher, we all probably had one teacher at least that made the curly Q smiley face.
Every teacher has a semester on how to write the A+, how to do the smiley faces.
The curly Q smiley face.
Amazing work. Needs improvement.
Needs improvement. Question mark.
See me. Did you ever get a see me?
I don't know if I got to see me. I did get a question mark once because I remember in 5th grade I wrote something about things we didn't like, and I wrote that I didn't like it if you if you leave your sandwich out for too long, the mayonnaise turns clear. And she put like 3 question marks and she's like, what does this mean? And I was like, what do you mean? What does it mean? The mayonnaise turns clear if you leave it out.
Bitch, you know what I'm talking about.
She probably had never left a sandwich out.
We've
but
all left a sandwich
it
out. The mayonnaise turns
turns
clear. Don't
clear.
make me feel like a fool.
These are the things I don't like in 5th grade.
Honestly, I don't like that either.
It's gross. Once it turns clear, it goes in the trash.
If it turns clear, I'm nowhere near. That's your motto.
That's my motto. And so basically it started to become like a parental relationship. If you made Lisa happy, sunshine and rainbows. If you made her,
Wow.
if she didn't like what you're doing, she could be cold towards you. She could ignore you. It wasn't the best. It was kind of gloomy doomy.
It's a very toxic work environment.
It gets worse. We will get there. All right, so while everyone's trying to make Lisa happy, then you have James, and he's kind of taking credit for everything. He takes credit for Oh, I think I forgot to mention this. When they were selling their stickers, one thing that they did that not everybody was doing, they would put their name on the back of the sheet. So like most people, you buy stickers, you don't know where they're from unless it's like a Hallmark.
That's true.
Like so for them, it was kind of like, I see it as them kind of like an artist signing a canvas or like a designer label. Like they wanted you to know you were buying a Lisa Frank sticker.
Yes, this is a premium product.
Right. So he's taking credit for that. He's taking credit for the copy that they put on the sticker, like adding collect them all because that'll drive sales. People know that there's more than just this packet. He's taking credit for putting write us. We want to hear your stories to help build like this like fan community because like I said, there's no internet. Kids back then literally would write letters. Like I used to do that. I would write swatch
and
get
a special sticker in the mail or
yeah,
something.
you would get a little letter from a company. Like what kid doesn't want that? Most kids my age wanted like a Nintendo. I'm like, I just want Swatch to write me back.
I want them to know I exist.
So he's kind of like saying, I just so everybody knows I'm doing all of this. And then his stickers start to become a little less relevant. The company has to pivot. So that is when they kind of steer it towards school supplies.
Oh, interesting.
So it's kind of like what you were saying earlier, like school supplies, with the exception of Trapper Keeper, which if you haven't listened, I did do a whole episode on Trapper Keeper because it is a brand that is very dear to me that I did like a lot. And they were fun school supplies, but most of them are pretty boring. Most of it's pretty like just solid colors. There wasn't a lot going on in that.
And even them breaking the mold and having, it's like a soccer ball or it's like whatever. This is not even close to what's
right. It was like a barn or a horse standing in a field.
We were still like on Earth.
Right. Exactly.
It was all things that people have seen before.
That's a really good point. So she's doing all her characters and colors and fun designs. She's also able to charge like 4 times more than a normal school supply because of that, because it is a premium product. Sorry, I just took a big gulp of squirt. Now I feel like I have an air bubble in my throat. God, I'm attractive.
Your boyfriend Jeff doesn't mind. He thinks it's cute.
Jeff. So obviously all of that is very successful or we wouldn't be doing the show right now. Yeah. That is why we're even talking about this brand. In the early 90s, they just have this huge explosion of growth. They get signed on with Walmart and Target and Kmart, all these big box stores. They opened 2 of their, I did not know this, they opened 2 of their own retail stores in Arizona.
Know that. Wow.
Yeah, so there was actual Lisa Frank stores you could go to with plans to hopefully open a lot more. Wow. They filmed a commercial with a very young Mila Kunis, which you can see on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Very cute. They're getting fan mail from all over the country. It really has, this is the decade where it goes from just being a brand to being like a pop culture staple.
Interesting.
But as a company grows, you start to have a lot more pressure. And in reality, James and Lisa are not business people. They both went to art school. Not that art people can't be business people, but he was an airbrush artist and she, was kind of a self-learned business person.
Yes.
They're not. They
didn't have like the formal business education that might, for a company that is
brand
now
this big,
growing to this size, they might be a little outmatched.
Yes, absolutely. And maybe too much of an ego to bring someone in to run it because James really wants to be the guy.
Wow. Airbrush artist turned like business mogul and now he's suddenly like too big for his britches.
I know.
Honey, you could have been on the beach slinging tank tops. You're lucky to be here.
Well, interesting. Wait till the very end of the show. So, and there's plenty of interviews of employees talking about what it was like to work with both James and Lisa. James comes off as very power hungry. Everything has to be approved by him. He gets to a point where he gets off, it seems, on humiliating people.
Oh, my God.
If he has an issue with you, he's not going to pull you aside and talk to you in private. He's going to make you feel like an asshole in front of everybody else.
What a psycho.
I know. He has a really bad temper. There's a story of him where they had what they called the critique table, where everyone would put their art down. He would go around and yay and nay everything. And apparently one day he hated everything on the table, flipped the table over. They asked him about it in the interview in the documentary, and he's like, I hope I did, because sometimes that shit sucked. And so If he does,
He's in the documentary.
He is in the documentary.
Oh my God. If I would have daily diarrhea from stress if I worked there.
Oh my God. Well, we'll get to that also. You're getting everything like 2 pages too early.
The daily diarrhea, the bathrooms were overflowing.
You search diarrhea in my document, it comes up 6 times.
Plumber on standby. They had an in-house plumber at the Lisa Frank headquarters because everybody was so belly aching over the stress of this job, especially knowing because when I worked as a TV writer, there would be times that you would be stressing, banging your head against the wall, and then you'd have to remind yourself, like, guys, this isn't like, we're not saving lives. Like, yes, we're stressed because whatever, we got these certain notes, but this is just, it's TV. It should just be fun. The stakes are so low comparatively. The stakes are even lower for this. They are deciding, like, should it be a puma or a cheetah on the folder? And people are like losing their minds and being humiliated over this. This is so stupid.
It's so funny you say that because I was thinking about that yesterday. I've thought about that for years with what I do for a living. I research or archive produce many, many documentaries, and I'll work on something for a year and a half. It'll come out, people will watch it once and it's just gone. It's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't, like, most of the time doesn't change anyone's life. It's just...
But then when you're in it, the stress of it can make it feel like, oh, this is so important. But yeah, it's really get a grip.
Exactly. Get a grip. This is my favorite part. So apparently, he flips over the table. People also are starting to really suspect that he is using cocaine at the office. So it would be like a totally normal day. Like, there's no deadlines. And he would just like rush in a sweaty mess.
Oh my gosh.
Like, so, and in the interview, he's like, I never did cocaine in the office. Like, did you do cocaine? He's like, well, yeah, we all did cocaine.
In the parking lot before work.
Exactly.
Not in the office.
Not in the office. So, I don't know. I picture him being like this just asshole cocaine sweaty mess.
Wow.
So, him and Lisa are doing well at this point. They're driving around in fancy cars. They clearly are making a lot of money. Meanwhile, a lot of the employees are talking about how they're making $8 an hour, which, to be fair, I guess in the 80s or 90s, minimum wage was probably $4 or something. So it's double minimum wage, but not like, a lot of them are talking about it not being a living wage. Like, they had to have second jobs.
Yeah.
They would have to work all day here and then do art, like side hustles somewhere else just to live. Some of them are on food stamps. Just seems super shitty.
It's a specialized job. This isn't a job anybody can do. It's a job they had to go to school for and study for. They should be compensated.
One of them talked about how to save money. The company made them go from being salaried employees to hourly employees, because then you can really kind of nickel and dime what people are making instead of them just making the same amount every week. So it seemed
they
kind
had
of...
to steal the stickers to feed them to their kids.
They design stickers that look like dollars and start trying to use those at the grocery store. In 1992, James is promoted to president and CEO of the company. He's only been there for 10 years. Now he's president of the company.
I will never understand people who want to be bosses. I have a lot of opinions about the things that I do, and I have strong feelings or convictions, but to want to be in charge and to feel like it's the opposite of imposter syndrome. It's like, no, I could do that. I could be the CEO of this company and this thing I've never done before. And you know what? F all you guys. You guys all suck. To have that attitude is so insane. To not want help, to not want somebody more experienced to come in and help you.
I know. I feel like,
wild.
I guess I get it more because I'm the boss of this pod. So
you definitely are.
Shut up.
I was going to flip the table, but Al would have been mad if I messed up the camera.
Yeah, I don't really, I'm not wired that way myself. That's why I've kind of done the same thing forever. The money and perks would be nice, but yeah, I don't want to fire anybody, or I just don't want to do that stuff. So at this point, he's now president. They both have their roles. He's doing the heavy lifting for the company on the day-to-day basis. He also is moving them from being a handmade art company into the world of computer graphics, which is a big, important step for them, of course, because they can produce more efficiently. And Lisa she's very good at selling outside of the big box, even the big box stuff, but she's good at selling the product to people, coming up with product ideas, and still recognizing trends of what people are going to like. They both kind of have their thing. And though most people didn't realize at the time, though they were working together, it turns out that they were also lovers.
Wow. Because what is sexier than a coked up egomaniac flying off the damn handle 100 times a day?
Doing the mom from Bob's Burgers. So they had been dating for quite a while. They had kept it very private.
Unbeknownst to all the employees.
I'm sure
they
people
knew,
had rumor.
yes.
Everyone in any
People
sort of...
always think they're hiding
They think
it.
that we don't
Everybody
know.
knows.
You see them at the Galleria together. Wait, why are they together on the weekend?
He's slapping her ass in the break room.
He's airbrushing I Heart Lisa Frank. But they've been going out forever. But a lot of people learned about it when they announced that they were going to get married.
well, yeah, that's a big reveal.
That's a big reveal.
Wow.
So October 22, 1994, it is the wedding of all weddings.
Unbelievable.
It is huge. It's on a dude ranch. There's 1 million people. Lisa's brought in on a horse-drawn carriage. She has a dress that has, of course, every color rainbow of rose, like fabric roses around the neck.
Time machine back to any point in time. I would want to be a guest at Lisa Frank's wedding.
Who wouldn't? There is what appears to be VHS footage of it. You can in the documentary, you can see footage of the wedding.
Maybe I will do VR again to VR that I'm at Lisa Frank's wedding.
We're gonna turn the Uniqlo into VR. We're gonna pitch VR Lisa Frank's wedding
Wedding experience.
from 1994,
Yes.
the year Friends came out, 3 years before Titanic.
Wow, big time, big few years.
Big time. Okay, so what does she give James as a wedding gift? A lot of people, what do you give him? You give him, I guess rich people was probably different than poor people. Maybe she gives him a boat,
Sure.
a car,
Yeah.
a country club membership.
Sure.
Lisa gives James 49% of the company.
Wow.
49%. She retains control, but that is a big gift.
This is why you need to seduce a CEO.
I gotta seduce either that or befriend the elderly who still live in a nice home.
There you go.
These are my plans.
New Year's resolution.
Jeff, I'm kidding, of course. You and me forever.
Well, I don't know. How old is Jeff? Jeff might be 89.
We graduated in 95.
Well, adult
I estimated
education.
him at 43. Am I right, Jeff? I want to be able to tell my mom. All right, so they get married 1995. They have their first son, Hunter Green. Come on.
Hunter Green?
4 years later, they have their next son, Forrest Green.
We're running out of greens. What is it? Okay, olive, emerald.
Literally, they did that exact same thing. And they're like, if they have a girl,
Really?
she'll be Kelly Green.
Oh my God.
That's so funny. Now, I thought there's two characters. There's Hunter, the leopard cub, and Forrest, the tiger cub. I assumed those were named after the sons. I read something yesterday. The sons were actually named after them. So that seemed a little weird.
Okay, interesting.
I
But
guess.
they wanted to honor the drawings of
I
the
guess.
animals. Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
I guess that makes sense. All right. So once she has children, Lisa kind of steps away from the day-to-day of the company.
That's smart.
She doesn't come to the office hardly ever. James goes all in.
My kind of gal.
Yeah, it's just a stay-at-home mom. Very much similar.
We do have a similar trajectory.
James starts writing a work newsletter called Frankly Speaking.
Oh, God.
Frankly Speaking, which I'm not even kidding, has articles in it about how important it is to be loyal to your company and to your boss. And
my
like
God.
always let your supervisor know where you're going, who you're talking to, what you're doing, how no one wants to be around someone who's not optimistic.
Oh,
You have
my
to be
God.
optimistic at work. It's like, it feels very
It's like a cult.
culty.
Was there also like a word search that was like sexual harassment and like
There apparently the rules just got
paid sick leave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work for free. It's like subliminal messaging.
I normally love a newsletter, like a fearless flyer. I love.
Of
We used to have a little
course.
local newspaper for our neighborhood. I normally love that, but using something as wholesome and sweet as a newsletter as a way to exert control.
Yeah, I
over
want my
your
newsletter
staff.
just to have like monthly birthdays on the back page.
Sure, jokes.
And like if you're interested, we're doing a softball game this Saturday.
Love that. Love that. We
Not
should have a
like
newsletter.
be loyal, be blindly loyal.
Wild.
Apparently, over this period, rules just kept getting crazier and crazier. At one point, you weren't allowed to talk in the office. Like everyone had to just sit quietly and work. You were not allowed to leave before 5:30 on any given day. People are working like 12, 15-hour days. It just gets really crazy. But is it all worth it? 1999, they have their highest year so far with $66 million in sales.
Oh my
so
God.
That is the peak of what they make. But that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah. Turns out exploiting your workers is very profitable.
Yeah, exactly. So then they just start to get a bigger fingerprint. Then there's a Lisa Frank magazine. There's a Lisa Frank hot air balloon. They're hoping to make a Lisa Frank amusement park.
Oh my God.
They kind of see themselves, she sees herself as Michael Jackson. They see the company as being like the next Disney. They're kind of
They seem
delusional.
to be losing their minds.
Yeah, they're delusions of grandeur.
Yes.
They do build a huge new office warehouse in Tucson. It's this giant building. It's brightly painted, of course, different colors of the rainbow. You can see it from the planes as you fly into
gosh.
Tucson. It's just like this institution there. They managed to get the street there named Lisa Frank Avenue. At this point, James is literally riding around the office in a Segway, just sweaty, like Coke man, looking for people to yell at. People would say he would stand at the top of the stairs and just scan. And if you were like not where, like, if he catches you, he'll just like yell at you and like berate you from the stairs. Like,
Oh my God.
it's a freaking nightmare.
This is insane.
One woman talked about how she had to leave work early. So they had to work at least until 5:30, but she needed to go to the bank because she didn't have enough money and the bank closed at 5. So she had to leave at 4:50 to get to the bank. She didn't want to go out the front because she didn't want to be seen. She goes to the warehouse, sneaks out the back of the warehouse. The next day, the warehouse gets a call from James and says he wants them to put padlocks on the doors because employees are escaping.
Oh my God.
And the warehouse is like, James, that's illegal. That's like a fire hazard.
Yes,
We can't
only
do
one
that.
exit.
Yeah. But that's like where his brain is at that point.
Wow.
He is now tapping phone lines. He is reading people's emails. The workers obviously are just becoming very disenchanted. It's an extremely toxic place to work.
This is nuts.
It becomes a revolving door of either people getting fired or people quitting. The company becomes known in Tucson as the place not to work. People move there and like, maybe I'll get a job at Lisa Frank.
That
They're
sounds
like,
fun.
don't work at Lisa Frank.
That
You
is
don't want to
crazy.
do it. There is a story where on the second floor, during work hours, an accountant died. He died at work. They call, the paramedics come, take him out on a stretcher. There is no early leave. There is no counseling. There is no meeting about it. They literally just
my God.
wheel Bill out of the office and then
And they're like, we have a meeting in 3 minutes.
you guys have to still be here till 6 o'clock.
I need 100 Pumas by 4 p.m. Just so you know, we have a deadline.
A guy died.
That is crazy.
It's bananas. All right, so now, the 90s. The brand is now becoming less relevant. Pop culture's changing. What girls are drawn to, it is less rainbows, more Britney. It is less unicorns, more Christina.
Yeah.
We have Spice Girls. We have Destiny's Child.
We want low-rise jeans with thongs sticking out.
Exactly. It's just a different culture. We're moving into a different time. So, once again, Lisa Frank has to pivot. They want to try to keep up. So, they decide to introduce some new characters. So, instead of unicorns and pandas and ballerina bunnies, we now have Glamour Girl. We have Rock Star. We have Cowgirl, and we have Pirate Girl. And these are like characters
You're
that
either a rock star, a pirate, a glamour girl. It's like, pick your girl.
you cannot be 2, you cannot be 3.
And everybody is one of these.
One of these
not
4
possible.
things. They have big eyes. They have like rainbow hair.
I'm
It's-
imagining like a Bratz doll.
I
kind
literally
of.
have
Okay.
like Bratz doll.
Yes.
That's what everyone was doing at that
Sure.
moment, of course. Not everyone agreed with the direction, but it's the direction James wanted to go in. There was a customer who said, now they're just selling little hussies.
I would agree with that.
I
I'd
would
be
agree
angry
with that.
writing a letter.
Yeah, we're of that mindset now too. The mood in the office, people are still getting pushed to their limits. People are working long hours, paycheck to paycheck. It's demeaning. One employee talked about how he contemplated suicide.
Oh my gosh.
Another one talked about how he resorted back to drinking. James is just erratic. He's nice one minute, calling you names the next minute. And he's still just a cokey mess. And by the mid-2000s, Lisa and James just aren't getting along anymore. And September 2005, she files for divorce.
Good for you, girl.
She is ready to take charge again.
Wow, dump his ass.
I guess at this point, her youngest would be 10. Yeah, her oldest would be 10. The other one would be 6. So she still has little kids.
Oh my gosh. Bad dad. Bad crazy dad.
Bad crazy dad.
Wow.
He doesn't come off so, I mean, I don't know. He does seem like an ex-Cokie on the documentary. He's just thin and like you hear everyone's story and then they bring him in. They don't bring him in until episode 2 or 3. So you don't know that he's coming. And then it's like he kind of contradicts everything, but it's like everything's bad about him. So of course he is.
Yeah, yeah.
I tend to believe employees more than 30 employees more than one guy. One,
boss.
yeah. So Lisa wants him out, and she's able to do that because she still has controlling power.
Yes,
so
51%,
basically,
you keep that 1%, girl.
Exactly. So he gets locked out of his office. She regains control of everything. 2006, she's ready to steer the company back into the future. They're down to like 12 to 13 employees at this point.
Wow.
They probably at their peak probably had 200.
Wow.
They're calling back old employees that had quit and like, you know what? It's a whole new era.
Hey,
James
about
hey,
that.
listen, about that dead guy we rolled out, we will not do that again.
My God.
People come back and then they're like immediately disillusioned. They're like, Lisa doesn't really know what she's doing. She doesn't have a plan. She doesn't know how to steer a $60 million company. She's a girly art. Not that a girly can't be in charge. I'm just talking about her specifically. It's just not her mindset.
You just need somebody who has more experience.
Exactly. So she's kind of the same. Like she either loves what you're doing or hates it. Like one day she may say it's great. The next day she may say what you're doing is crap. She might insult you. She might fire you.
She's as bad as James.
She kind of is. I mean, maybe not as like Cokie, but she's not easy to deal with.
Yeah.
And as people are quitting or getting fired, they're not replacing them. So it is just dwindling and dwindling down. By 2009, everybody is laid off and the brand basically disappears.
Wow.
All right, so then 2015 is a year where 90s nostalgia kind of comes back. So it's like a perfect time, if they were going to get back in the game, for them to do that.
Yes.
I think they realize that. They bring in a new art director. They tell him, listen, we want you to come in, create new characters, make new products. Let's like take advantage of this situation. He talks about showing up to this place. It looks like what we were talking about last week, an abandoned amusement park. There's like weeds growing out of the concrete. Like all the greens are like overgrown. The windows are dirty. The picture I saw, it looked like there was windows broken out.
Oh my God.
He said he walks in and it's like you're in a zombie movie.
Wow.
There's like statues of their characters are all dusty with like creepy smiles on them. He's like, there's 10 people working in an office that's big enough for 200.
And appears to be haunted. Wow. There are no snacks in this break room.
There is no, if there are snacks, do not eat them. They're at least 6 years old. He's like, it was all a lie. He's like, there was no creative freedom. Lisa was completely micromanaging. She did not want new characters. She just wanted to use the characters they already had. So why bring in like this new person anyway? Yeah. He only lasted a few months. And then in 2016, and this is a story that really sucks, I willed it way down. It's like a whole episode in the documentary. But there was a company called Glamour Dolls Makeup, and they're just like a fun, young, new makeup company. They wanted to do a collab, sorry, Angela, and they were like, you know what, let's work with Lisa Frank. So they track her down, and they call her and like, listen, we want to do a collab with you. She's like, okay. She kind of has like some strict rules up front. They have to pay her $100,000 up front
okay.
and get 15% of the sales. And like, you know what? That's a lot, but I think this will be good for us. They end up doing a Kickstarter and like making it this whole thing. She comes with them to New York to go to the Kickstarter meeting, which is kind of unheard of for her.
Yeah, to be making an appearance.
Yeah, social media and the press are like Lisa Frank is back. Like everyone is so excited about it. The Quickstarter, they sell so much, so fast. They have all these like fun product ideas. They're going to make like a little mini Trapper Keeper, like eyeshadow palette.
Cute.
The nail polish, like little handles are going to be like unicorn horns. Like it was going to be super fun and cute. Long story short, she like refuses to approve any design, no matter how good it is.
Wow.
She just won't
because
put
it's not hers. It's not her vision.
I don't think so. I think it's actually maybe more malicious than that. Like it keeps going and going and going. They have to keep like, I don't know what the terms are. Again, long story short, they end up paying her almost, if not more than $800,000.
Oh my God.
Never get this out to the public. Their company goes bankrupt.
How would they afford to even?
They just had to keep figuring out, like, it was awful.
Wow.
She basically destroys this very cool, small little company. And then a little later, another company comes, I think like Sephora or one of those big places comes out with a Lisa Frank line that has almost the identical Trapper Keeper thing. She's stealing their ideas. And there was another example of this where she befriended an influencer online who was like living the world of rainbow. Not even Lisa Frank related.
Yes.
Just like, this is what I do in my apartment. I paint all my kitchen cabinet doors a different rainbow color and this and
Somebody
that.
they're just an artist and the way they're just sharing how they like to be.
Living her best life.
Rainbow.
So Lisa Frank starts writing her and they like start talking, and then one day Lisa just cuts her out and doesn't write her anymore. Cut to a year later, she's got to deal with hotels.com where you can rent a Lisa Frank or like book a Lisa Frank experience room, and it looks very similar.
Instead of just hiring this woman and saying like, do you want to design our room for our, oh my gosh, she is a
She's
shady
a bad
biscuit.
person.
Wow.
I think Lisa Frank is a bad person.
Oh,
That's what it all comes down to. I really do. I don't think she's good. And today the website is up, but it's like, it's almost all collab. There's hardly anything on it. It's almost all collabs. Sorry, Angela, there's so many of those today. There's like a Crocs collab and a Loungefly collab, but then most of the collabs even listed look like they were collabs several years ago that aren't even around anymore. There was like a Pillsbury one that they did a cookie that had like a unicorn in it, or there was a Caseify to do phone cases, which you go to that page and it's like it's no longer there. It's like, so it just feels like a very sad, dead brand.
Who is still working there?
I picture there's like 3 people now in this like abandoned building.
That scary building.
It'd be kind of fun to go to. James, he became Christian. So he now has a website where he sells Christian t-shirts with Christian art that he created. And the website is jameschristianman.com if you want to go look at those.
Thou shalt not do coke at work. Thou shalt not berate employees from a Segway.
It's and most of the trademarks on it are all from like 2011. So I don't know.
What is going on?
When you get to the page where you can actually buy it, it's 2025, but I think it's like another company, like maybe one of those like print on demand things. I think he made this 15 years ago and probably
just forgot about it.
Doesn't even know that he still has
Every
it.
once in a while he gets a check for $18 and he's like, where'd this come from?
I'll give it to God. So that's it. Yeah, that's Lisa Frank. For me, it was kind of
what a road.
a delusioned experience learning about this brand, because I did kind of assume that, it was something fun.
That she was as happy and magical as the product itself. But wow.
Yeah.
What was the name of the documentary?
Glitter and Greed, the Lisa Frank story.
That's it in a nutshell. I'm curious to watch that just to see some of these characters.
Yeah, you should check out Frank. I mean, Frank is a character. He's skinny little Coke man.
Not hot anymore.
Being
mean is not hot, for the record.
Being mean is...
Our ideal hot is young and nice. Old and mean? Come on, give me a break. You don't stand a chance. Old and nice, kind of hot.
Old and nice, I'll do. Old and nice, sure. Nice is attractive. Funny is attractive.
Uh-huh. Young and mean can be hot.
But
not for long.
Coke and Dom, okay. Jeff, I'm kidding. It's going to be you and me forever, baby.
Wow. This was really shocking. I'm sure so many of our listeners are just reeling. They're going to have to stay pulled over for a little while just to recover from the disappointment, the shock, the horror. If they didn't know this about a beloved brand.
I know. I do think that some people will be disillusioned on this. I do have 2 fun facts that I threw in.
Great.
One, James always wanted the Lisa Frank characters to be making eye contact with the buyer.
Oh.
So when you look at them, if it looks like they're like looking at you, he thought that gave you more of a connection and you would have a better chance of buying the
That
product.
might be true. It's like, I wasn't planning on buying a notebook today, but this koala won't stop making eye contact with me.
Sure, I'll take two of them, please.
I'll take you home.
And then
interesting.
Lisa said if she were any of the Lisa Frank characters, she most identifies with Priscilla, the cat, because she's a rich little white cat. She's very girly. She likes a life of glitz and glam. She has a lot of jewelry and a tiara.
Oh my gosh.
She's a little glamour puss, but extra fun fact, Lisa Frank doesn't like cats. And there you go.
Great. She only liked cats, the part of their lives that are glitz and glam.
Exactly.
Great,
She
that's
just like
fair.
cat jewelry.
I understand.
So there you go. Now that you know the entire story about Lisa Frank, I have to ask you, is Lisa Frank on brand for
This is
you?
complicated because I would have said at the beginning of this episode, I would have said yes.
I know you would have.
The product itself, I will say, is on brand for me, and I would be happy to shop for the Lisa Frank stuff for my kids. But knowing that there's a seedy underbelly, that's tough.
Comes from a world, I think I fantasize it more in my life because the more I look at it now, I'm like, I don't even know that I like the art. It's like, there's like random pair of lips in it. There's like alien, like dumb looking. Some of it looks so stupid. It's not even like, maybe it's changed over the years.
It's very psychedelic, yes.
It is
It's like a mushroom trip.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but sorry, I cut you off.
No. I'm gonna pray on it.
Okay. I'm going to say it is off brand for me.
Oh, wow.
Because it wasn't, I had no connection to it
Sure.
to begin with, and I have much less now.
Without the nostalgia, there's nothing.
There's
so
nothing.
yes, I'll think on it and I'll
All right.
report back.
We'll come back to you. You pray on it. Well, there you go, guys. There's another episode in the can. Be sure to pass on all this fun trivia you just learned. I mean, just the cats one. If you say anything to anyone, be like, did you know Lisa Frank didn't like cats?
Even just, sure, we broke your hearts about Lisa Frank being an evil monster, but we had a lot of fun chatting about the good old days of school supplies, and it's just always fun to talk about that nostalgic stuff like that.
I can't wait to see what school brand you pick for our second episode of School Brands Rock.
School brands rock, baby.
All right, and before we go, of course, I have to give out our shout outs to our Freaks of the Week. If you're not familiar with how to become a Freak of the Week, every Wednesday on Instagram, I post what is called an Insta Egg on our Instagram story. It is a puzzle. If you solve that puzzle, I will send you a little freak badge to congratulate you and let you know that you got it right, and your name will be added to our Wheel of Freaks every week. I spin the wheel 5 times and pick 5 Freaks of the Week. This week, those lucky sons of bitches are Betsy Westendorf, Sandy Robinette Oberweiser, Allison Goetz, Goetz, M, and Randall Bleichner. So congratulations. Thank you guys for playing the Insta Egg. Congratulations on being our Freaks of the Week. You be sure to tell your friends and brag about it. When the cashier at the grocery store asks how you're doing, say, you know what? I'm good because I'm Freak of the Week this week. And they'll be like, what does that mean? Tell them about the pod. Then they'll listen to it. They work in a grocery store. They must like brands. So let them know we did an episode on Progresso. We did an episode on Oreo, things that they might like. Yeah, and there you go. So be sure to do that. And if you just check out our Instagram in general, because we put a lot of fun stuff on there, like supplementals from the show. Yeah, and that's it. Marissa?
While we're giving shout outs, I'd like to shout out some lovely listeners who left us 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts. First, we have Ashley Falls. She says, on brand is on brand for me. She's been a longtime Spotify listener, wanted to do her part by leaving 5 stars over here on Apple. She loves this show so much, loves the host, looks forward to new episodes every week, listens to Off Brand, especially love the episode like Converse, Why Did a Shoemaker Travel to Teach Kids Basketball? Big laughs. She's so happy to have found the pod. Thank you so much, Ashley Falls. Also, we have Smiley Face VJ100. Love this podcast. Became obsessed with Oscar Mayer and the Wienermobile, mainly because I'm about to be a senior in college and thinking about applying. Anywho, listen to y'all's episode and fell in love. So happy for the 5-star reviews. Thank you so much for leaving those for us. They really lift our mood and help boost the pod. As John said, check out our Instagram at OnBrandThePod, TikTok, On Brand the Podcast. Check us out on YouTube, On Brand the Podcast on YouTube, and our Patreon as well if you'd like an extra episode of me and John every Tuesday.
Man, how lucky those people are to get a whole extra episode.
Can you believe it?
First, they're like, for like 2 years, like, man, I feel pretty lucky to hear them once a week. Now I can hear them twice.
And off-brand, things get pretty stanky.
They get stanky. And our Discord is Dang.
It's stanky.
No, it's fun.
All right, we'll be back next week with an all-new episode.
And remember, we may go off topic, but we will always be on brand.
Bye.
Bye.